and welcome to another episode of South Pacific Muscle. Tonight we are going to talk about the upcoming NABBA New Zealand Nationals. So, Mike, you know the detail, when and where, etc.?
Yeah, we've got NABBA Nationals at the Hawkins Theatre in Pakaringa this Saturday. We've got pre-judging from 9 till 1 and then the night show from 4 till 8.
This will be the first two-format show for a long time. I think most of the other federations have gone to the one format, possibly because of the COVID situation. But, you know, we often had the odd show that was one format, but it seems to be the norm at the moment. But be good to see a two-format show again.
Yeah, it's not a massive show either. I think they've got 73 athletes entered.
Cool. It'll be interesting to see because I know NABBA New Zealand had to can almost all of their shows, and so people are turning up. So we don't really know who's coming and what kind of shape they're going to be in. It can be interesting.
Yeah, that's right. It was open entry, and entries closed 3 weeks out. So we were trying to do a little bit of research and say, you know, who's up against who, like we did for the NZFBB. But with no regional shows, no winners from those, we don't know who's getting up. So I contacted NABBA New Zealand, and they were kind enough to let us know some of the entries they had, so we could take a little bit of a look at some of the ones coming back to defend their titles from last year. Cool.
Well, I'll pull that up now, and we'll have a look at some of the names we do know and see what we can see.
So, yeah, on the right-hand side there, you'll see Delane Patterson was her maiden name. But you might also see her on the poster just behind me because that's my wife. So she won the the overall figure title last year. She was also the 2007 NABBA Miss Universe. So, but she's training this year for the Queenstown Marathon. Apparently, she's that kind of athlete. She's chopping and training. And on the left-hand side there is Josh Pendray, who won the overall athletic title. Is my training partner. So it looks like everybody's turning up to defend their titles except my wife and my training partner.
All good. Look, hey, all the details are up there, guys. So if you want to attend the show, Hawkins Theatre, Papakura, this Saturday, get down there, support the athletes getting up there. And let's have a look at 2019 and the overall winner lineup. So obviously we've got Mr. Athletic, Josh. So I've got to say, Josh, probably not looking like that at the moment. He's stacked on a fair bit of size. The last time I saw him down at the Olympic gym. So Mike and Josh, you've obviously had a good off season. He's looking really good, but unfortunately he won't be there. We've got Miss Shape, Rhiannon Lelev. I hope I got your name right there, Rhiannon. Johnny Walsh won the overall Mr. New Zealand Physique from Gisborne. And so shout out to Gizzy Muscle, where he's from. Miss Physique was Lara Crosby, and in the Mr. Body board shorts we had Elijah Matalomani, and obviously Miss Tab there on the end in the figure, who won't be on stage this year. So should we go through and have a look at some of these people that are coming back and make some commentary on that?
Yeah, just before we do that, I mean, most people are probably more familiar with the NZFBB classes, and so when they say physique, they're Mr. and Miss Physique. That's the bodybuilding. So Johnny Walsh, Mr. Physique, is not quite like the Mr. Physique Dennis Milken that we chatted to. And the Mr. Body board shorts there is more their the NZFBB physique type class.
And the Miss Shape class, what's the Miss Shape class like? I guess, you know, we've got the Miss Physique, which we know is, I guess, bodybuilding woman. We've got the figure class. We all know figure classes. Miss Shape, what's Miss Shape judged on?
Yeah, so that's a softer look again. They briefly dabbled with a fitness class, but then that's gone. It's shape. And they're looking for a good bone structure, not a high degree of muscularity. There shouldn't be any clear separation or hardness in the muscles, no vascularity, but it's kind of a nice, shapely, feminine physique. So it is very difficult to judge because it's quite subjective.
Would that
get quite a variety of different shapes.
Comparatively, would that sort of sit against the wellness class in Federation, or?
Yeah, I mean, the wellness is relatively new, and I'm new to kind of seeing it. It does appear to me that in NZFBB, the wellness class has a little bit more definition than they like in shape.
Yeah.
Um,
Cool. Right. So first up, before we get into those athletes, Tina Merriman. Tina has won a number of New Zealand overall bodybuilding titles with NABBA. I think she pipped Giselle McCartney one year, but those two had a good battle over the years, and Tina was always known for bringing a lot of muscle on that frame, and her conditioning was sensational in there. I think you can see her. She placed third, I believe, at the NABBA Worlds, I believe. So she's being inducted into the Hall of Fame. So well done, Tina, and great to see you getting that recognition for all that hard work I know you've put in over the years. Rightio, Mike, I think I'll let you speak on this one. So Rhiannon is the defending champion in the shape class. What's your thoughts on Rhiannon?
Yeah, so Rhiannon, nice shape last year at Nationals. Look, as I say, it's really tough to judge, and a lot of the judges find it really difficult to judge the shape class because the overwhelming most important characteristic is that femininity and that sort of grace, poise, the sort of more soft, subjective things rather than the sort of the easy to define muscularity and that sort of thing. So it is really subjective, and you can get a whole wide range of different shapes that all suit the shape class. Rather than, it can be tall, short, wide shoulders, narrow shoulders, as long as the sort of proportions are right and the degree of sort of muscularity and body fat's quite evenly distributed. I haven't judged internationally, and it looks to me that the international that shows that she's gone to there, she looks like she's leaned down a bit more to kind of give a bit more definition. That's not something that I would have expected to see locally. And the shows that I did judge when I did the Nationals, the look was a bit softer than that. So potentially, as is often the case, they like a certain look here in New Zealand, and then as soon as you go international, it's another step up as far as muscularity and definition goes. So potentially the shape class is following that trend.
Is the shape class sort of a division that, you have your athletes at a really high level, but it sort of also serves as a bit as a feeder for new athletes coming into the sport that perhaps haven't got the size or the hardness for figure yet, but will progress there in a couple of years to sort of start off as a testing ground?
Yeah, very much so. It's very palatable for women just getting into the gym. They kind of like that look, and I'm not saying you don't have to train hard for it, but you can do it after a short amount of time if you've got the right structure for it. And they don't always want to progress through to the figure and physique classes. Often you'll get, say, I don't know what the numbers are in each class, but I would imagine if there's 70 athletes at Nationals, there'll be 8 to 10 in shape, and about the same in the athletic class for the males, which obviously lower numbers in the other classes. It is one of the more popular classes because it's a nice entry level class for women getting into competition.
Right. Okay, so we've got Lara Crosby, who last year won the Miss New Zealand Physique, so the reigning champion, and we're led to believe she's coming back to defend that title. Have you judged Lara, or you've seen her on stage before, Mike?
No, I haven't. I was at the Nationals last year, but I was a little bit busy competing in pairs and so on with my wife, and so my brain wasn't really into the looking at either the other athletes too much or the women. But I haven't seen her or judged her.
Oh, well, all the very best, Lara, and bit of a open field really when you don't know who's coming in. So.
She has got a really nice shape to her muscle and really nice proportions to her muscles. I would have thought from just looking at these photos that she's maybe 3 to 4 weeks off being an international figure competitor. Never. So about that degree of muscularity, perhaps a little bit more lean for figure international, but you judge what you see up there. She was obviously the best in the physique class that was presented.
Okay, so the Mr. Body board shorts class, here we've got Elijah, and I think on the stage photo, that was him last year at the 219 Nationals, I believe. I could be wrong there, but it was the 219 competition. The other photo in the lounge is him, I think 4 weeks ago, I think the photo was posted. So, I mean, he's still in pretty bloody good nick. He obviously came through lockdown all right. What's your thoughts on that physique, Mike?
Well, it's that ideal, isn't it? Just like the NZFBB physique class, that nice narrow waist, great tight midsection, wide shoulders, caps to the belt. It's a really great look. And he's got a really good structure for that. That sort of natural asset needed. He just come in that condition that he had last year to make sure.
How many competitors would you expect to see in this class at the Nationals this year?
It varies, but look, I would have thought half a dozen or so.
Okay.
Yeah, the bulk of your competitors are in your Mr. Body board shorts shape classes.
Cool. And this one, I saw Johnny last year, and my initial thoughts were that, to be fair, and look, Johnny, if you're listening, I'm just giving you my feedback how I saw it. I thought Johnny was a good 6 weeks out. What I did see was that Johnny had huge potential. The photos really don't do him justice. I think he didn't really get his tan right, but which didn't help. But his condition was he was too soft. But he had masses of muscle under there. And as I say, these photos don't really do it justice. The guy is a really talented bodybuilder. And until I looked today, I hadn't realised he'd come from being a very, very big man, as you can see. And he's pulled himself down into a nice competitive bodybuilder. But for the overall Mr. New Zealand title, I'd love to see Johnny come in peeled and see what he's really got under there and see some really good separation in his legs, etc.
Yeah, I've got some photos of myself and Johnny and Craig Bryder up on stage. And I guess Johnny had the kind of mix. I was probably leaner than all of them, but didn't have the size or the shape to the muscles. Craig had fantastic shape and fullness to his muscles, but, again, probably wasn't quite lean enough to really sort of nail that title. Johnny had a bit of a mix, but man, I think what carried him through was that size and that fullness and that shape.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, as you say, the potential there, but we'd love to see him coming in shrink wrapped and treated.
Yeah, real gifted guy for sure. And Johnny, if you're out there with the Gizzy crew, I'd love to see you come in shredded. Love to see it.
But bit late now, but cut the carbs, mate. Get yourself down there.
Rightio. Look, it would be nice to know more about the show so we could make some sort of more informed commentary, but it is what it is this year. Been a really strange year. And from me, I just really want to wish all the competitors all the very best. I know it's been a tough year. Get up there, enjoy your moment on stage, show everyone what you've got. Take your time and really enjoy the experience for what it is. And a very special, I've got to say, Mike, all the very best, and I do really look forward to seeing you. I'm sorry I can't join you up in Auckland, but I really look forward to seeing the photos afterwards, which I'll share with everyone I know.
Yeah, like most bodybuilders, you usually start with making your excuses, and I'm probably sort of three or 4 weeks off where I need to be as well. But look, I'm going up there because I love the sport. I had the capacity to do an 80% prep, and so getting up there to have a bit of fun. And who knows, I've just turned 50, so I might sneak in over 50's title if I'm lucky. But look, part of this is networking too. Like if you're at the show, come up and say g'day, give us some suggestions on the podcast. If you've got any great ideas for us, people to interview, things to do, let us know. But come up and say g'day, because I'll be up there.
Awesome. Hey, and all the very, very best to the NABBA team that are running the show. Obviously without you, we don't have shows. And so, often you're the great unthanked. So from South Pacific Muscle, huge thanks to the team. And we look forward to seeing you. Okay, people, thank you.
Cheers. Bye.